everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Brevort, and today we are at the Spruce Outpost, which, if you don't remember, we built this here a while back, and we put in a few things. We put in a brewing area, a secret crafting table up here, a little bit of storage, some more storage over here, some furnaces, but one thing we didn't do was the enchanting room and the bedroom, so we hope to do that today. And in fact, I'm almost certain we're going to do the enchanting room today. So I actually have a pretty cool design. As you can see, we have a sculk sensor, the new calibrated sculk sensor, and the new waterlogged sculk shrieker. Down here, we have both of those already. So I'm super excited about this because we have a really cool design that we're going to use that I made in order to detect when the player comes near. I'm not sure why that happens sometimes. To detect when the player gets near the enchanting table. So the bookshelves, which are right along here, they will pop up out of the ground, and yeah, and you can see them a little bit from the corner. So when you walk in, we're going to make the bookshelves pop out, and it's going to be pretty cool. So how exactly are we going to do that? Well, I have a prototype build of it up here, so let's go check that out. Alright, so we got a little contraption set up here. This is going to simulate the piston that pushes the bookshelves up so that we see them. And the way this is going to work is we have a little contraption set up here. So this is a calibrated sculk sensor, which is new in 1.20. This allows me to turn it on and off. Why did that trigger that? I'm not entirely sure why that triggered. I wasn't moving, but basically, the way this works is we have a calibrated sculk sensor that triggers a shrieker. So the shrieker acts as a filter. So that way, if a mob walks near here, it's not going to pick up a signal through this because it's listening to the shrieker getting triggered and not the sensor. Because if it was the sensor, if like a mob walked by, it would technically trigger this because we do have it calibrated to just one item in the dropper. So this goes into this, which is a little sensor to detect whether there's an arrow here or not. So this arrow, if there's no arrow here and this sends out a signal like this, this will send out a signal and it'll see if there's an arrow here or not. If there's not an arrow, it'll put one there. If there is an arrow, it just leaves it alone. And then that goes into two things. For one, it goes directly here to this. So yeah, it just triggered again. So the arrow despawned, which is basically a 1-minute timer. The arrow will reset if there's no arrow there. So it just triggered by detecting me walking around a little bit, and it put a new arrow in place. So that goes in directly to this. So as long as there's an arrow there, so within the last minute, if it's detected me, it'll do this. However, if the arrow despawns and I don't immediately move, so let's do this, we don't want this to go down immediately. So what we have set up to make sure that that doesn't happen, because maybe I'm still at the enchanting table and I just haven't moved. Maybe I'm in the process of enchanting at that exact moment. Well, we have this going into this clock here. This has a total of 61 items in it. I just had like 61 grass blocks and I just threw it in. So I think it's 48 seconds approximately that it takes, or 49. It might actually be 24. I'm not totally certain whether it's 24 or 48. But basically, this allows it to output a signal into this for an additional length of time. So it's now listening. So it's seeing, okay, did the player leave or is the player just not moving and the player's still there? So, or maybe I'm sneaking, and in which case, like, there's really no way to discern whether I'm sneaking or I'm just not there because it's not going to detect me while I'm sneaking. But for simplicity's sake, let's say that I'd left the area. It now shuts off after that delay, but we don't want it to shut off immediately. So it does stay on, and this piston stays extended for some time after the arrow despawns. So let's see that again. So we do this. So now it's listening basically for if the player is anywhere near. So it shot out another arrow. Not sure why it did that, but oh, I know, it was because the shrieker outputs a signal once it turns on and then once it turns off, because the observer detects state changes, not when the shrieker starts. So yeah, we have a countdown timer now. So it's currently listening. If it doesn't detect me, it's going to shut this off once the timer runs out. But if it does detect me, it'll shoot out another arrow and it will reset this whole timer. So we're going to set this up in the actual enchanting station. So I'm pretty excited to do this because this is a really cool contraption. So yeah, so let's get over there. Okay, we got it partially set up. I have it set up in two separate mechanisms that I'm going to connect together. So first of all, let's see how the pistons look when they extend. Kind of surrounds you, and they pop back down after a little bit. So right now I just have a shrieker back here just to just for temporary sake. But basically I just need the signal to come into here. Move this block here. So let's do that. So, by the way, if you're wondering why this is... Let's turn that down. Why this is, like, cracked, that's a bug. I think it'll be fixed in the next pre-release. But yeah, what we have to do is put... I want to do slime block, like a slime block chain. So the way you can do this is, the way slime blocks work is if you have, so like we can do, so in Java, if you do this, this won't actually connect. In Bedrock, I'm pretty sure it does. But what we could do instead is we could just put this down a block and that will connect. Then we could go up. So I'm not entirely sure where this is going to come out. Now that I think of it, we can only push 12 blocks, so hopefully it doesn't reach that limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we need a redstone block here. Okay, so we need this to be glazed terracotta, which I don't have in my ender chest, surprisingly. I think I do have regular terracotta, though, so that should be... I could just smelt some down. Okay, how come I just took damage there? I would love to know. Oh, did I put it one block too low? I think I did. Whoops. Okay, I think that's good. Now, I just gotta put the arrows in the dispenser. Okay. Okay, looks like it works. Let's run past so we don't pick up the arrow. Okay, get out. I do need to light up the upper part a little bit better. Oh, it's raining. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's out. Okay, we might have an issue. I think it might have just retracted and then extended again. Not sure what would have caused that. Well, let's give it some time while I tear down what I have built over here. Hopefully we're within its simulation distance. I'm not sure if doing that actually makes your ender pearl go further. Oh, no, it did seem like it went further, didn't it? Okay, let's see if this is down. It should be. It's been at least a minute and a half, right? Oh, it is. Okay, so I think it does work. Oh, that's cool. And it's very quiet, too, other than the pistons around me. Let's turn our volume up a little bit. What do I normally have it like there? Oh, we're not going to hear it now because of... Yeah, and then also the way this one works, since it is a player-based timer, it's only going to use arrows when I'm actually near it, so that's good. So it won't ever run out of arrows, hopefully. So that's cool. Let's do the outside part of this room now. I do want to make sure this doesn't go in and out, though, when I'm, like, near it, so yeah, let's get the, the design of this room built now. What do we want to use for it? I'm trying to think what would be good. We have deep slate here. What do we have over here? We have, like, regular deep slate, so maybe we could use, like, regular deep slate along here, too. Where's my redstone box? Okay, so this is a little bit of a weird bug. Looks like I'm falling out of the world, but I'm actually not, so it's all good. Don't you worry. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, now we need a light source, which might not be the easiest thing. Do these let light through? I'm not sure if they do. Oh, I think they do. Yeah, because it says 7 blocks, so I think they might. Why did it do that? Okay, that's probably something that needs to be fixed. So, we have a redstone bug, and also, I'm not sure if these let light through. Let's find out. We'll just take this away. And then, if they do, this is going to work really well. Okay, so, over here, we have no light. If we put a torch down here, then we put the enchanting table above it. The enchanting table gives off light? No way. Wait, seriously? I didn't know the enchanting table gave off light. That's really weird. Okay, has that always been the case? I feel like that was a Bedrock exclusive that must have come over to Java in some time. Or has it always given off light and I just didn't know that? That is so odd. Okay, one sec. I gotta look that up. Yeah, so it was a parity change from Bedrock. Apparently, it was like a 1.18 change that I just missed. So yeah, we can't put a light source under the enchanting table, but what we can do is put something above it. So, well, we can put one under, but it's not going to do any good. Do we want to just use torches? Like, would that be okay? Maybe it would. Also, I don't think that is malfunctioning. I think that is working properly. It might have just been a weird, like, glitchy thing that it did. I don't know. Okay, so if everything is weird now, it's because I had to switch monitors. My other one, the backlight went out on, so hopefully nothing is too out of the ordinary. Anyway, I built a little bedroom, so let's check that out. So you go over to the left here, and there's some storage. Nothing in it, but and a bed. So nice. So yeah, and then we got the enchanting room. I added in anvil, grindstone, chest, ender chest, smithing tables. So everything you could need in an enchanting room, we got in here. Anyways, guys, we've headed over to the raid farm now. Whoa. Yeah, I want to redo this. First of all, I built it out of cobble a long time ago, back when I didn't really have that many resources at the time, and it wasn't so easy to transport things. I did build it out of cobble. I don't think I ever showed this working, by the way. So this is I like designed it, but then I like never showed it working for some reason on the video. So I'll show it now. So basically, actually, I'll show what it does. So if I were to fall down in here, all I have to do, that took a ludicrous length of time, but it does teleport you out. I don't know why it took so long. That was odd. I wonder if maybe I should just switch it over to taking damage. Let's do that. Okay, so right now it's set to just walking. So it detects me walking, but instead I think we should detect it taking damage. I think that'd be a little bit more reliable. Okay, so if I do this, is it detecting the minecart? I think it was detecting the minecart, which was preventing it from... Okay, that's new. That wasn't doing that before. So that's why it was buggy. Apparently, minecarts are on the same frequency as walking. So if you have one near you when you're doing this, it'll cause it to like glitch out. So you don't want minecarts, apparently. So we learned that. Okay, so I gotta switch this out. We need to put in a lectern. Okay, it's still detecting the minecart, so I don't have to worry about it. Set this to 7. And hopefully now it will properly detect this. Okay? So now if I do this... Yes! Okay. And now that should also help with the wool occlusion issue that we were having. So if I do this, if I kind of am careless with it, I'm still going to trigger it. So I probably should put a honey block down at the bottom. Let's see. Well, a honey block wouldn't actually absorb the damage, would it? So we'd need a slime block, right? So, or just water. Probably water. Alright, so we will switch this with a bucket. Alright, so one thing I do want to do is build a gate around this village. So we're going to be gatekeeping. Okay, no. Did I use... I think I used spruce on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to build these little... Hello. These little structures. And connect them all up so they are... How high? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 blocks high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then glowstone. And then do the same thing. And then we need... What are those? Those are... That's dark oak planks. So we can just do this. There we go. I filled up a shulker box of red sand recently. So hopefully we can make a decent amount of sandstone with this. That's not very much at all. So I just noticed something interesting. Do you see it too? So look at the hitbox of that block. If I hit right here, it breaks that, right? But if I place it over here, oh, it does there too. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so a minute ago, was it when I do this? No, I don't know how I got it to do that and why it won't go back. That is so bizarre. Like, the hitbox is sometimes just the actual scaffolding itself. But other times, it's like the full block. Is it? Oh, that's what it is. That is so weird. Look at that. Okay, so if I place down 2 scaffoldings, if I punch right here, that breaks that block. But if I'm holding another block other than a scaffolding and I aim here, it doesn't break the scaffolding. That is so weird. I never knew that. Yeah, so if you're holding scaffoldings, it actually makes it easier to break scaffoldings because you don't have to worry about getting it in the hitbox if you just click with the scaffolding. That is so weird. Didn't know that was a thing, but now we do. Okay, so I got a thing for you here. I probably shouldn't have music on because it's going to be really jarring when it starts and stops, so I'll just turn it down. So I got a thing for you here. So how come if I look at that block and I try to middle click, it doesn't let me? I should be able to middle click from that far away. And here is why. The game does know you're looking at the glowstone block. So why can't I pick block from out of my reach? I should be able to pick block from out of my reach. Okay, so I got the walls up around the outside of the raid farm, around the big fire pit. That's in the middle here. So I got the walls put up, and well, not completely, to be honest. So, like, I still need to get, like, that's what we want to see, or, like, that specifically. But I barely had enough for that, and the design is kind of tricky. It's regular sandstone, and then this cut sandstone, and then the chiseled, and then regular, and then cut, and then a piece of terracotta, and then another cut piece. So, like, let's see if I remember that. So I think it was this, and then... See, I already forgot. Is it cut or was it chiseled? I think it was chiseled, right? And then cut. Nope, it's cut and then chiseled. See, this is why it's difficult. So, it's cut, and then chiseled, and then regular, and then cut, and then I think it was orange terracotta, and then a piece of cut sandstone. So that is the pattern around the outside here. Also, this is just the first layer of the wall. I'm going to have a second layer and then like a pathway that you can walk over the top of that. So like I can get away from like ravagers and stuff. The problem is that when I do this, this took like a shulker box full of red sand and then like even more. So I need a lot of red sand, maybe another shulker box and a half of red sand to actually finish this. So yeah, because shulker box of red sand gives you like 10 stacks, or well, not. I don't even think it's 10 stacks. It's what would it be like? It's 27 stacks divided by 4 would be what, 7 stacks? So not even 10 stacks. So yeah. So I do want to use this as like a vantage points though, so I could be up high and then like kind of see them when they're coming. Although I guess one thing that would be tricky is if they're like on the other side. So say I'm on that side and they end up spawning over there. So maybe we could have like ender pearl stasis chambers in the corners and have them be able to zip me between the corners. That would be really cool, I think. So let's test out how this would work right now as is. Okay. Why are there so many pillagers? Please fix Mojang. Okay, for the amount of raid captains I just killed, I should probably have like Bad Omen 10. Oh, it actually... I was very far. I'm surprised it actually worked from that far. Okay. Let's see if this is usable in the slightest at the moment. I kind of doubt it is. Well, it might be. I probably should get a bow. Interestingly... Oh, they actually spawned inside it, it seemed. Is that the case? Yeah, I probably should get a bow. My crossbow is not here. These guys aren't even worth killing. It's only the Vindicators that are really worth killing. It's mostly just to speed it up. I'm going to do this all on camera. I'll probably cut out a big part of it. I'm surprised how laggy it is. Usually it's not this laggy. I don't know why it is. I don't know if it's the raid or if it's something else, but... let's see. I don't think I have arrows in here either, which might be... I have 8. Okay. I do like to use firework rockets when I do this. This doesn't have infinity either. Does this one? No, it doesn't. Do I have any arrows? Not really. I have... Well, I guess we can use spectral arrows. Maybe we can craft some arrows? We have 2 more in here. I guess we'll just use what we have. Maybe we'll get some from the pillagers. Because they have like a weird chance of dropping an arrow with their crossbow when they drop a crossbow. So maybe we can get it. Let's try this. If I do this, it'll actually count as a... Okay, I did not press the spacebar. I don't know why I jumped. I was pressing shift, but I teleport out now. And it's a little bit quicker now because it only detects... Oh, I didn't think of that. It only detects taking damage, but it's going to detect all the other mobs that fall down there. So if there's other mobs taking damage just before I do, there's going to be a cooldown on that. So I wonder if it might be beneficial to set it to something else, like the elytra wings or something. Okay, this guy should be friendly, right? So wait, if I have multi-shot and I use a spectral arrow, does it make 3 spectral arrows? I genuinely don't know. I would imagine it would, right? Oh yeah, it does, it seems. Okay. Yeah, but I can't pick the others up. Interesting. huge... Okay, so spectral arrows are just super laggy. Like, my frames dropped so much when I did that. I don't know why. Okay, this guy's definitely angry. Yeah, he's tracking me, I could tell. So, what I can do in this case is I can just lure him into the water here. Let's get some of my arrows back. And now, there's nothing he can do. If I do this, too. Oh, he didn't fall, surprisingly. I just realized it doesn't make the arrow hit sound when it hits a mob. Interestingly enough. How come... Why did I get a spectral arrow? I'm so confused as to how as to what happened there. So if I do this, will they get angry? No, they don't. Yeah, I don't know why they sometimes get angry and sometimes they don't. Okay. Oh my goodness. So, in case you're wondering, I do have thorns on my armor. Let's get rid of this evoker. If I can. Do such a thing. Did I get him? I'm not sure. Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm gonna run past him. There is another evoker over here, which I will kill. I will throw this totem of undying away so it's not taking up inventory space. Okay. Oh my word. We are getting an abundance of tick lag. Did you see that witch go flying? Oh, okay. If I turn on hitboxes. Got him. It's a little bit easier to discern where they are. Okay, I'm going to circle while I try to regenerate health. Okay. Oh, I forgot to turn off the portal first. Sometimes the mobs go through the portals and it's annoying. So much lag. Yeah, you see how they're like stuttering? What is going on? I've never seen so much tick lag. Okay, let's see if there should be a totem that dropped over here, right? Why is there... Oh, there's still an evoker. That's why there's so many... That's why there's so many Vexes. Okay, and then this one I should be able to pick up. Whoops. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Okay, yeah, there's a totem over here. Yep. And a saddle. Too bad it's not a happy-ul. So the instant healing potions are actually pretty rare. The only way you can get those is if I have a witch that dies. I don't even know if it was from this time. But the witch that dies while it's drinking a healing potion. So it would have already had to... I think if you hit... Hold on. Actually, let's test this. Because I actually am curious. So if you hit a witch with, like, fire aspect, and the witch is in water, will it still try to drink fire resistance? Because, like, logically, I feel like it shouldn't, but I feel like it detects it being set on fire, and it's like, oh, I just... Well, maybe not, because I think the way that the game checks it is if the witch... if the last damage the witch took was fire damage, and I don't think the initial hit from the fire sword actually counts as fire damage. So I feel like, with that logic, I feel like they wouldn't. So, but still, the witch would have had to have been drinking the potion and then been killed by me in the water stream in order to have dropped an instant health potion and ended up down there. So, very specific chances. Plus, there's only a tiny chance that the witch will actually even drop the instant health potion. So, very, very specific chances. I'm pretty sure I can get fire resistance potions from this too. Although I don't think I've ever seen it. It's a lot more fun to do it with fireworks, by the way. You can do up to like 7 hearts of damage with fireworks, and I think pillagers have 12 hearts, so you can kill them in basically 2 shots. And you can get like several at a time, which is nice, if there's like a clump or a cluster. So here we are in my creative test world. I'm going to do it in creative mode just because I don't really think it's going to matter too much, other than she's going to try to throw like slowness and stuff at me if I don't. So, so if I go ahead and hit her with the fire aspect sword, she drinks a healing potion. So there we go. But what if she's out of the water, but she doesn't actually take damage from the fire? So if I do this, she will drink. I think we missed it. Let's try that again. So if we do that, still drinks a healing potion. So it actually has to be fire damage that she took. And also, if we go ahead and do this, if I give myself, let's do a wooden sword, so it's a better test. Not one with fire aspect. So actually, wait, let's do this first. So this actually will work better. Let's do fire aspect. We'll see, does she drink first the fire resistance or the health potion? I think she's going to drink the health potion first. So she drinks the... Oh, she drinks fire resistance first. Okay. Okay, I think it's because there's a delay, though. No? Even right away, she'll drink the fire resistance potion, interestingly. So, it does... I wonder if fire aspect is counted as fire damage then. Being, like, the initial strike. Like, when I do this, is it counted as fire damage? It must be. Because otherwise I don't think... Why do I have a hole here? Otherwise I don't think they would... How far down does this go? Why is this here? Otherwise I know they would drink the potion. And... this is exactly why it's problematic to have that portal lit. At least where it is. And now he goes back to the overworld, most likely. Okay. Although, somehow I was able to kill both of them. Don't know how I did that. Did the other one burn up or something? It looked like he went through the portal. Oh, maybe it was the Vexes that went through the portal. Can Vexes go through portals? Apparently they can. Well, now we know. And also, it's the Vexes that cause lag. And they have very little portal cooldown. That probably isn't right. There were no Vexes. They all just followed me in. That seems like a bug. Okay, so... because I have Hero of the Village, they actually have super cheap prices, so I could sell, like, stone for 4 emeralds. So he just gave me a clay block, actually. So we could turn this clay block into 4 clay balls, and then when I sell this to him, I get 4 emeralds back. So he basically just gave me 4 free emeralds. But the problem is, I can barely sell anything back to him because of how, like... few items he's taking at a time. So what normally I'd be able to empty out a shulker box in just a couple of tries, I can barely sell. I could probably do... It's down to 3 now. Oh my gosh. I think I've only cured this guy once too, I'm pretty sure. So 3 stone for... Which if you have Silk Touch on your main pickaxe like I do, it's like nothing. Let's see what the Rotten Flesh trade is. 1. Nice. 1 rotten flesh. I like that. That's awesome. Anyways, guys, that is about it for this episode. So if you've enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on. I'll see you guys in the next one. Castle and Capus Modem Tardum. Take care. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and goodbye.